Every day, we all make decisions, even if it involves the smallest things. Well, in our lives, it really is inevitable and necessary after all. For instance, in the course of educational process, decision making is always involved.
Now, I want you to ask yourself, at what point during the years of studying did I make a significant decision that could affect my future? When we, the researchers, asked the same questions to ourselves, we came up with a similar answer in choosing a senior high school strand and the college program.
When we students make a decision with regards to our senior high school strand and college programs, we must have taken into account many factors on why we came to our decision, don't we? Those factors are what affect our decision-making skills in the first place. But in some instances, those factors tend to cause students to stray by having their senior high school strands and college programs misaligned with one another. So that is why in this video, we are going to investigate those factors causing this phenomenon.
A blessed day. This is Angelo Gatbonton
And this is Shanier Kiambao
from
from
grade
grade 12
12
St. Patrick of Ireland presenting to you the research study group
of Group 4.
titled The Influential Factors in Decision Making, addressing the students' Unaligned college program to their senior high school strand. Did you ever wonder why the K-12 basic curriculum was implemented? Yung mga magulang natin, relatives, or even our older siblings who studied back then ay hindi na nag-senior high school. Instead, it only took them 4 years before being able to proceed to college. Recalling the reason, the K-12 program was implemented to provide a broader time frame for students to learn and acquire competencies and skills in order to keep up with the global work demands. 2 years of high school were added during the course. 4 different tracks were established for students to choose for: Technical Vocational Livelihood, which is the TVL, Sports Track, Arts and Design Track, and Academic Track. Under TVL and Academic Track are distinctive strands in which we will tackle later on.
With that being said, it is common for students to choose a strand that suits their interests for the career that they are planning to pursue in the future. After all, every strand offers different subjects that are related to the concept of a particular field or discipline. In that way, it prepares the student to acquire the necessary knowledge and skills that they are need to pursuing their tertiary education. Kaya partner, may mga pagkakataon din na unlined ang college program ng isang estudyante sa senior high school strand na kinabilangan niya. For instance, there have been cases of students straying from their senior high school strand and then heading to the college courses that they are completely outside the area covered by their strand.
That is why the Department of Education offers students a bridging program na kung saan binibigyan ng tansya ang isang estudyante na mag-take ng additional classes that will provide them assistance.
Of course, decision making was a deliberate process we underwent in order to come up with our preference. This was done by acknowledging the factors and having taken them into consideration for us to have our final decision.
The research of Santos and others states that there are many factors that contributed sa pagpili ng mga students ng kanilang mga preferred course. Some of these known factors are financial capabilities, family backgrounds and choice, peer pressure, and school concern, by which the same concerns will be found from another research by Sevilla Dominguez and Sumbila, in addition to stress levels and performance in school.
On the other hand, in terms of the students' alignment, the majority are found to be aligned from their senior high school track to their college program.
However, even though the previous studies we have mentioned provided information about alignment between college program and senior high school strand, there is a gap in addressing other psychological factors, such as indecisiveness and influence-like trends. With that, the said factors were incorporated for a broader investigation regarding the topic.
Also, we narrowed down our research, therefore, the only strand that we will discuss are those being offered by Holy Child Catholic School, ABM, STEM, or Humes, GAS, under the academic track, lastly, ICT.
This study sought to answer the following questions starting on number 1. What is the profile of the participants in terms of their age, the year they graduated from senior high school, the strand, and the college program they chose?
And for question number 2, what is the common strand in senior high school that is aligned with the chosen college program?
And lastly, this study sought to answer the third question. What factors are affecting the choices of senior high school strand and college program?
The factor that we investigated in our study are first, indecisiveness, which pertains to the behavior wherein an individual cannot reach certain decision under certain circumstances. We also address interpersonal, family, peer, and school influence. Furthermore, the influence of trend, social issue, and financial capability on students' decision-making were also studied.
For our research methodology, quantitative descriptive research design was used. Ito ay upang masagot namin ang aming mga research questions sa pamamagitan ng pag-iimbestiga sa mga factors na nakakaapekto sa decision-making ng students, which could also result to their college program being unaligned to their senior high school strand.
That's right, partner. In order for us to obtain the data and information naman, questionnaires consisting of 50 questions were utilized through Google Forms. These questionnaires were distributed through Messenger to our respondents who are SHS senior high school alumni. Overall, we had gathered 100 respondents, 25 for each graduating class of 2018, 2019, 2020, and 2021. With the assistance of the teacher and the students of HSS. And bago ma-distribute ang questionnaire sa mga participants, dumaan muna ito sa maigting pagsusuri ng mga validators upang masigurado ang validity ng questionnaires.
At nang makumpirma ang validity nito, we conducted a test for reliability to 20 respondents, which later on revealed an internal consistency of 0.689 using the Cronbach alpha. For our statistical treatment, we had utilized Microsoft Excel for us to interpret and analyze the obtained data using percentage, mean, and mode. These statistical treatments were used to represent both profiles and level of agreement of the respondents. Now, the floor is yours to present the result and discussion, Angelo.
Thank you, Shania, for our first result. We have found out that the majority of the respondents are pursuing a college program that is aligned with their strand, with 79% as shown in the pie chart. On the other hand, only 18% have programs aligned to their strand taken. As you notice, those who had taken GAS were neither interpreted as unaligned or aligned, because GAS is a strand that offers general courses of students for those who were still undecided with senior high school.
After that, we found that the STEM is the strand with the highest percentage of college students with aligned to their senior high school strand, with 55.70%, while UMS is the strand mostly unaligned to the college programs that our respondents pursue, represented by 61.11%.
Now, for the factor, it appears that most of the respondents were decisive as they choose their respective college program. Majority of the students choose to disagree, which shows the students to have low indecisiveness, as this is how indecisiveness is measured according to the study of Santos and his team from 2014. Bukod pa riyan, ang mga resulta nito ay umaayon sa pananaliksik ni Ganti noong 2021 na kung saan ang rational choice theory by Adam Smith ay nag-anchor sa study na nagsasabi na ang mga estudyante ay gumagawa ng mga desisyon batay sa sarili nilang interes at logical decision.
Here in table number 2, the result shows that the family as a factor does not affect most of the respondents' decision-making skills at all, making it partially. Contrast our second hypothesis stating that the familiar pressure affects the student's decision in selecting a college program. In addition, it is not aligned with one of the study's underpinning theories, as the parents is the microsystem do not affect the decision-making of their child in this instance.
Next is table 3. Focus on the peer factor. Again, Most of the respondents disagree about letting their peer impacts decision and opinion. The research of Pascual in the year 2014 said that their study that students are influenced by what they hear from the people in their surroundings. However, this contradicts that the result of table number 3 has presented. Again, it is opposed one of the theoretical underpinnings of the study and also differs from our fifth hypothesis, stating and being associated with friends confuses the student to change their decision in selecting their college program.
With table number 4, results show that school or any academic influencers do not affect the respondent decision with regard sa pagpili ng college program, and as supported from a previous study by Beggs and his team from 2008, which tell that there are students who are decisive and they're driven by their own interests, and they select a major based on their academic ability. Therefore, it is also contrasts our fifth hypothesis relating to academic influencers as an influential factor in choosing a college major.
Para naman sa table number 5, most of the students disagree na isa sa mga factor ang trend sa decision making sa pagpili ng college courses. Madalas na pinipili ng mga students field of study ay ang mga demand day-to-day situation, not just in our country but in foreign countries as well. Hence, it contrasts our fourth hypothesis that trends and social issues take place in the student's capability in selecting the college program.
The results of table number 6 shows that many respondents are disagree that social issues are factors sa pagpili ng students sa kanilang college course program. These results proves the study of Bayani from 2015. Make it contradict our fourth hypothesis. Examples for social issues are economic concerns in wage and demands for employment in a particular job.
And lastly, the result shown on table number 7 implies that the majority of the respondents agree that financial capability is a factor in students' decision making, making it the sole influential factor among the others. Partially in line with our third hypothesis, this is the further supported by the previous study which has recognized financial capability as a factor when students choose a program that they will pursue in their tertiary education.
All in all, the findings suggest that the phenomenon of students having their Strand and college program unaligned with one another occurred the most among students under the Strand. Bukod pa riyan, nakonfirma ang isa sa mga hypothesis na ang factor na financial capability ay nakakaapekto sa paggawa ng mga desisyon ng mga senior high school students.
Sa pamamagitan ng pagkakaroon ng maayos na pagkakaintindi sa mga sabing factors, maaaring makuha ng advanced knowledge ang mga estudyante ng senior high school pagdating sa pagpili ng kanilang mga desisyon. On behalf of the authors of this study, we express our deepest gratitude to those people who helped us during the course of writing and conducting this study. The completion of this paper would not be made possible without them, who assisted and offered their help throughout the process. The contributes they have done are greatly acknowledged and appreciated.
At nais rin namin at ang mga author ng research na ito na ipahayag ang aming pasasalamat lalo na sa aming research advisor na si Ms. Maria Micaela G. Henson at sa aming class advisor na si Mr. Christian Orbedin. Pati na rin ang aming mga validators na si Mr. Rafael Joshua Go at Ms. Janelle Rose Napa.
Let us not forget the HSS alumni of batch 2018 to 2021, to our HSS teachers, our classmates, schoolmates, families, and friends, also to our director, Reverend Father Nolan Ike, as well as Reverend Father Nicanor Siciliano Jr., sa aming minamahal na paaralan, Holy Child Catholic School. Last but not least, to our Almighty Father above. We never could have done this without them. Again, I'm Angelo Gatbonton.
And I am Shanier Kiambao, and we are the presenters of the study titled The Influential Factors in Decision Making, addressing the Students Unaligned College Program to their senior high school strand.
Remember that there are instances where there is no such thing as a good and bad decision. The result of your choices will always depend on every step you take during the process.
That is all for the research group course video presentation of St. Patrick of STEM. Thank you and God bless.